Welcome to this week's episode of Undisputed MMA. Today we're at the Lion's Den with the Vale's own Dino the Lion Bagattin. Dino, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on the show.
So for those that don't know, just give us a bit of background on Dino, how you got into fighting, school career, that kind of stuff.
Went to school here in the Vale, Eden Glen High. Always loved a bit of a dip, getting stuck in. Couldn't stay on the field playing rugby. Went overseas. I got beaten up by two guys on the tube, and I was already following the K1 series, and I was like, I'm going to go learn to fight properly. That Monday, I was at the local Thai boxing gym, and that's where I stayed. Got into Thai boxing. I won British title, Commonwealth title. They're still documented, so go have a look. But yeah, and then moved back to South Africa. Thai boxing was kind of like dead. Well, not dead, but I had to go to Cape Town, and there was no ways my mom was going to allow me to relocate after being in London for so long. So called an old friend up, Wade Henderson, and started fighting on the smaller Durban shows. He got me in on EFC 1 way back when, and then, yeah, I've never looked back since.
So also tell us the difference for those that don't know. What's the fundamental difference between fighting Muay Thai and competing in Muay Thai and fighting MMA?
Well, obviously, mixed martial arts is being more well-rounded or more rounded. I think that mimics street fight or any combat situation the best. Thai box is really flat-footed, not too much movement, more horses for courses. You hit me, I hit you. They don't even score the first two rounds. And then from round 3 to 5 is where they actually pick it up and score points. Punches don't count really much. It's all, kicks, elbows, knees, that's where you're scoring the most. And then mixed martial arts, obviously the guys can take you down and wrestle the snot out of you, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, I've been, the last few years, I'm known for not having much of a ground game. So the last few years, I've really been investing in getting my ground game up to scratch. I'm a mixed martial artist, and at some point, I need to prove that. So.
And when did that click for you, that you had to start looking at actually developing a ground game and not just being a stand-up fighter?
I would say after my first loss on the ground. All my losses, bar one, have come on the ground. So I'm known for not having a solid game. I've been working on that, changing that, evolving all the time. That's what the sport's about. I haven't been in training much lately. I've been focusing on business and what have you, but I've still been working my ground game.
And I think, for me particularly, and a lot of guys that watched, I think the first time they really saw the ground game of Dino the Lion was in the fight against Michiel Opperman.
The game plan for that fight was just to neutralize his ground game. We knew he was going to look for the takedown. We're going way back now, but we knew he was going to try to get me down. I actually grappled him in a comp like a few weeks before that. Wasn't planning on grappling, but just so happened he was at the same comp, and we fought each other in the final. I realized that he's actually, if I just neutralize him, which we had been working the whole camp, if I neutralized him in the comp, that's what gave me the confidence in the fight, was that I could actually I knew I could neutralize him. And that was just keeping the hips square, not giving anything away. There were a few times where he did have me in like, I think it was a triangle and a rear naked, but stayed calm, worked my escapes. But Joe was very neutral. It was like a spoiling tactic, really. It wasn't really Dino's got a ground game. It was just, Bobby at the time said to me, we just square up, we don't give him anything, and we get back to our feet, and that's where my strength is, obviously. So that was where everything was working towards. But long time coming.
And then obviously that night you won the belt for the first time. Tell us what that experience was like, obviously reaching the pinnacle of your division in the UFC.
Yeah, it's still a great memory of mine. My little boy now, that's all he wants to watch is that fight. So it's still getting replayed in my house all the time. Dad, I want to see you fight Michiel. And he's always asking me questions. He knows more than most people know about Michiel. But he also finds it hard to believe we're actually friends and stuff like that, so which is cool. But that fight, it probably was the pinnacle for me. Still look back at it with fond memories, but I'm not done yet. I'm hoping I've still got a few of those left in this old frame, wiser frame. But let's see what the future holds.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, that fight actually won Fight of the Year as well.
Yeah, we won Fight of the Year. And I mean, on YouTube it's been played over and over. I mean, I saw the hits for obviously showing Luca the fights. I saw the hits and I was like, wow, you know, people are still watching this fight, which is amazing. And I mean, we're going back, what, 5 years now? So it's a long time. I feel like I've evolved way more since then, actually. But yeah, you know, I've evolved more, but I've had a couple losses. You know, I've won the title. You know, I then lost the title, came back after that. I went on and lost 3 in a row, which, you know, I didn't ever think would be possible. So I've had some big learning curves. Yeah, it's just made me realize that, you know, you've got to invest everything in this. You know, it's not something you can do half-heartedly.
And now, obviously, you've opened your own gym, the Lions Den here in Edenvale. Just tell us what that's been like, opening your own gym, running a business while you're trying to train.
Yeah, well, you know, opening the gym was off the back of losing a sponsor. They kind of just, as sponsors do in this game, it's very, very brutal. You know, they only want their brand on TV. So if you're not fighting or you've had a bit of an injury run, you know, they don't see it. So kind of had my big sponsor pull the plug on me with, you know, 2 weeks before payday notice, which kind of hurt. And I took the last of the money I had and I was like, well, I'm going to put it into a gym. You know, my plan was I didn't want to rely on sponsors anymore. So if I took care of the gym or took care of my income, I could then go back into fighting with knowing that my stuff was my household income and that was taken care of.
So for those that are interested, just tell us a bit about what the gym offers.
Yeah, so we're a full mixed martial arts gym. I don't take fighters at the moment. You know, I feel fighters you're going to need to be a lot more dedicated to. You know, I'm still competing myself, so, you know, no fighters. I don't take any fighters. I'm happy for them to come here and train, you know, their skill, but, you know, I'm not ready to get into training fighters. It's way too much time, especially if I'm still competitive. We do the white collar boxing and stuff like that. So it's a mixed martial arts gym. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, Thai boxing classes, advanced striking, boxercise. You know, it's your one-stop mixed martial arts shop, you could say. You know, the fitness classes are fun. It's ladies and guys. You know, I push the hell out of them here. You know, people are enjoying it. Our jits class, you know, can be anywhere between 6 to 10 people on the night. Yeah, it's a great vibe. It's a family gym. You know, I want the kids coming here to train with their parents, and I mess around with the kids. You know, the same kids all train in the kiddies class. My kids class is amazing. It went from one kid the whole of last year to, we got to November and I was like, is this class even worth it? And then I had 9 kids, you know, so I was learning how to teach kids as we go. Went from 1 to 9 and I was like running around, and I understand what, you know, teachers always in a bad mood. But yeah, the kids we've gone to a grappling comp already, and, you know, that's my passion is the kids. They pick it up so quick and they listen, and they know they don't know everything, so.
And what's next for Dino the Lion Bagattin?
Yeah, well, you know, that curtain is closing slowly. I still got some fights in me. You know, I don't want this career to finish and have regrets. So I want to know I've left it all in the cage. You know, when I do walk away from it, I want to walk away from it and say, that's it, I've done my time. But I don't have that feeling yet. So, you know, whatever comes, EFC have been on and off with me. You know, they wanted me for April, didn't hear anything, and then they came back. I was like, you guys got to give me notice. You know, I'm an old man and I've got to put a full 8 to 10 week camp in, whether they like it or not. You know, I said to Graham, I was like, look, I don't live in the gym anymore. You know, I need to put in full camps. So yeah, EFC, wherever, you know, I'm open, a couple of wins EFC, I get some interest from an overseas promotion. You know, I've always said Dana White's going to love my fighting style. Maybe not UFC, but Brave, you know, the sheiks at Brave, you know, the way I come to fight. You know, I've lost fights, but I've never been in a boring fight. So, you know, I think my fighting style, that entertainer is what people are looking for. You know, I'm going to go overseas when my opportunity comes, and I'm going to leave it all in there. You know, the Lion's going to come to fight. Yeah, he's going to come to fight and try to get that fight of the night paycheck, you know. I'm well known for those, so, you know, a $20,000 bonus it will change my life. So, yeah, I've still got fights in me. when I close the career, I want to say that's it. I don't want to have what ifs. You know, I haven't really got nothing out of the sport. So yes, I've been champion and I'm a pioneer, but like, what have I gained from mixed martial arts? You know, I've lost a lot because of it, but it's a passion. It was a choice I made to follow this passion of mine. So yeah, I just want to close the career happy and at peace.
And for those that want to follow the journey and get hold of you or the gym, where can they grab you?
Yeah, so look, if you guys want to get hold of me for fights or, you know, sponsorship, media, whatever it is, you can contact me on my Facebook page, Dino Bagattin. I have Dino the Lion Facebook fan page. My Instagram's at the Lion 1610, and Twitter, I'm Hands of Stone MMA. So you guys can find me on all those handles. My email address is up on my Facebook page. So yeah, it's easy to contact me, get hold of me if you need me for anything. Just let me know.
Well, there you have it, guys. Still lots of legs in the Lion left. Let's see what happens for the rest of his career.